Hello everyone. This is a video on sonnet number 18, Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day by William Shakespeare. Shakespeare was one of the greatest dramatists of the Elizabethan period. He wrote 154 sonnets, and it was believed to be composed between 1592 and 1598. These sonnets were published in 1609 by Thomas Thorpe, and it was dedicated to W.H., whose identity remains a mystery. Among these 154 sonnets, the first 126 are addressed to a handsome youth, then the next 26 to a dark lady, and the last two are conventional poems. Sonnet number 18, it is one of the best known of the 154 sonnets written by William Shakespeare, and in this sonnet the poet actually praises the beauty of his friend. This sonnet is considered to be a part of the fair youth sequence, and it is also the first sonnet after the procreation sonnets. Procreation sonnets are actually sonnets 1 to 17. Sonnet number 1 to 17 are known as procreation sonnets. In the first 17 sonnets, actually, the writer tried to convince the young man to get married and have children, so that his beautiful children will look like their father, and thus by ensuring his immortality. So these first 17 sonnets are known as procreation sonnets, and this one, sonnet number 18, is the first sonnet after the procreation sonnets. So as we all know, a sonnet, it is usually of 14 lines, and this is also a sonnet of 14 lines, and this present poem was written in iambic pentameter lines. And the rhyme scheme is AB AB, CD CD, EF EF, GG. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. The poet here is actually saying, first of all, he opens the poem, the speaker opens the poem by addressing his friend with a question. Shall I compare you to a summer's day? Shall I compare you? Thee means you. Shall I compare you to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. You are you are too lovely and also more temperate. And he then says that rough winds actually shake the lovely buds of May. And summer is also very short. Summer season is actually very short. So here the speaker, he is in a confusion whether he should compare his friend's beauty to a summer's day. His disorientation is because he thought that his friend is more perfect than that of the summer season. He believes that his friend is more perfect than that of the summer season. And so, when the summer is extreme with its harsh days, when the summer season is actually very much considered to be very rough with its harsh days, his friend is gentler and more lovely than the summer season. The writer then argues that summer season is at times violent. The violent summer winds, they are a threat to the beautiful new flower. These rough winds, which are really a threat to the beautiful new flower buds. And he again argues that the summer doesn't last very long, and it will end it was there for only a short period, and the summer must abide by the agreements made to the weather. So this summer season is very short, and then how can I compare you, my dear friend, to that of summer season? In the next quatrain, he talked about the changes that happen to everything, to every objects. Sometime too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dimmed, and every fair from fair sometime declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. Here he says that at times the sun is very hot, or it often goes behind the clouds. And then he talks about all those beautiful things which sometimes will lose its beauty by some misfortune or also by nature's plan. So here he says that everything changes with time. Even the most beautiful things fade and lose their charm. And it eventually will declines from the previous state of beauty by chance or also by nature's changing course. So, every objects will change according to the change in time. But thy eternal summer shall not fade. He in the next quatrain talked about the beauty of his friend. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou owest. Nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade, when in eternal lines to time thou growest. He says that everything changes with time, but your youth shall not fade away. You will not lose the beauty that you own, and never will death claim you his own, because you are captured in my eternal verse. You will live forever. You will be there forever, because I have captured in you in my sonnet, in my eternal lines. Though the beauty of things decline with time, the writer says that the beauty of his friend will not fade, because it is described as eternal. And death will never be able to lay hands on his friend, as he is immortalized through the sonnet. And in the last concluding couplet, William Shakespeare describes that his friend's beauty will be acclaimed throughout the ages. So long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee. That means, as long as there is life on the earth, so long will you live. That means, so long will this sonnet live, making you immortal. That means he said that his friend's beauty will be acclaimed throughout the ages till men live on this earth. As long as life will be there on earth, his poem will be read by men and women. His sonnet, it will be read by men and women, and his friend will also live through his sonnet. So this is all about the sonnet. And this sonnet, as I said earlier, it follows the rhyme scheme AB, AB, CD, CD, EF, EF, GG, the rhyme scheme of a Shakespearean sonnet. And it is written in iambic pentameter lines. Iambic pentameter means 5 metrical feet, each consisting of an unstressed syllable followed by a stressed syllable. So this is actually, the sonnet is completely about the beauty of his friend. And he says that his friend's beauty will live for ages, because he had made his friend's beauty eternal through his sonnet.